What is going on, everybody? This is Gabriel Jones giving you a drop of sun any chance I get, and I am very excited to start off February. This has been an extremely busy month for me, I gotta say. I've been working at the florist shop in preparation for Valentine's Day. We had the Super Bowl, we had the Grammys, we currently have the Winter Olympics, and I got all my national finals. But the busiest of all is gonna be my mom's birthday, which is happening in a few weeks. But I guess while I'm hustling and bustling during this month, I can relax and talk about some music with you guys. For the first half of February, we do have a nice collection of R&B to discuss, plus a few other singles that I am very eager to promote on this channel. Hope y'all can take a breather after everything that's been going on for the past few weeks, and we can just discuss some new stuff that artists have been releasing. I hope you get very snuggly with your giant teddy bear, because the sun is up for the sum up. Since we're in the month of love, it only makes sense to review an album focusing all on romance. It's brought to us by R&B vocalist Ella Mai, and she titled it, "Do You Still Love Me?" Originating from London, Ella Mai began her musical journey by posting videos of herself singing on Instagram, and she was eventually discovered by Kendrick's own pal, DJ Mustard. Starting in 2016, she released a few EPs as a way to take her first steps into the industry. Back when I was in college, I would constantly stream her Ready EP. My Way and Makes Me Wonder were two songs that were totally worth revisiting every time. However, her breakout moment truly happened in 2018 when she released Boot Up, a synth-heavy love jam where Ella Mai would revel in how much she has fallen for her sweetheart and wishes to construct a genuine relationship with him. This song absolutely blew up, climbing into the top 5 on the Hot 100, being certified 8 times platinum, and earning a Grammy Award for Best R&B Song. Boot Up would be included on her self-titled debut album in late 2018, which also saw great sales. Since that breakthrough year, Ella has remained a mighty force in the R&B genre, earning several other hits in the US and releasing another album in 2022, Heart on My Sleeve. She even gave birth to a little baby boy just 2 years ago, so that's very adorable. Ella is keeping the train moving with the third LP, and I'm eager to see what the British singer is up to now. We're going to return to Ella Mai in just a few moments, but for now I want to give you my 4 to blast for the first half of this February. These are songs that I think could do a lot to shake up the charts or really impress listeners, so you guys should pay attention as I reveal them to you. This list included a few surprises. They're from artists that I didn't expect to be in this portion of my video, but ultimately ended up here, so that's honestly kind of pleasant. So I think I should cut the banter and just get right into it. Without further ado, here is my 4 to blast. The first song in the 4 to blast is I Like You Better Than Me by Bebe Rexha. The last time we saw Bebe Rexha make a big splash was with David Guetta on the song I'm Good, Blue. I was not a fan of the EDM song because of how much it relied on the obvious sample for popularity. With that said, Bebe really surprised me with I Like You Better Than Me. I'm usually not someone who goes crazy for songs about body image, but there was something about this single that really clicked with me. The opening is reliant on an aggressive electric guitar that indicates the anger and stress Bebe is feeling. And before we know it, we're transitioning into techno, which symbolizes the chaos going on in her brain. What also works is how Bebe is singing about envy, saying that she wishes she could fit into this unidentified woman's genes and possess her smile. She's not just wanting to feel better, she's wanting to feel as good as whoever she's talking about, which is a unique spin. Bebe can pull it off since she's been very open about body insecurities. I'm sort of inclined to call I Like You Better Than Me my favorite Bebe Rexha song. That's amazing. The next song we're talking about is Somebody You're Supposed to Love by Lauren Spencer Smith. I've been struggling to get into Lauren Spencer Smith because I haven't gelled with her songwriting all that much. Of course I'm not the target audience, but I've been waiting for that moment where I just get her. But I think I'm reaching that point, and it's not just thanks to her amazing covers of Adele, but also Somebody You're Supposed to Love. This song shows Lauren singing to an estranged parent who has been sparingly reaching out to her, sometimes on birthdays, and just when Lauren starts to regain trust, the parent's toxicity oozes out once more. I have to appreciate just how profound the song's message is. Lauren says that she doesn't need to have this parent in her life purely because they gave birth to her. She's smart enough to recognize that real families are built on love and not blood relations. Lauren has no obligation to show them sympathy. I'm sure this piano-driven ballad can strike a chord with so many listeners whose family lives are just as troubling. She even lets her voice amplify at the right moments to showcase her pain. I think Lauren deserves her flowers for Somebody You're Supposed to Love. Next up, we have the song Drive Safe by Myles Smith and Nial Horan. When it comes to Myles Smith, I wouldn't call his music groundbreaking, but it flatters me every time I hear it. Songs like Stargazing and Nice to Meet You are perfect for listening to in the car, and they probably sound even better when singing them in bars. Well, it looks like Myles is still churning out the pub anthems with Drive Safe, and this time he teamed up with America's favorite Irish laddie, Niall Horan. This song finds the two men going separate ways with their loved ones, but while they feel the sting of sorrow, they still feel happy for the other person, because they're going to find themselves. If they ever feel like returning home, it'll be easy to know where to find them. Myles and Niall just wish for them to be careful while exploring the world, hence the title. The song possesses such a hopeful tone, and it's largely thanks to the heavenly synthesizers, pop-inspired drum, and of course our two leads just strumming away on their guitars. A title like Drive Safe is almost ironic because it's so catchy I might not be able to focus on the road. Our final song in the For to Blast today is Homewrecker by Sombr. It's safe to call Sombr one of 2025's biggest breakout stars. He threw down at the Grammys singing 12 to 12 in his glittery suit. Now he's got a new potential hit to offer called Homewrecker. Composed as funk rock, Sombr sings about trying to stay close to a woman he's developed a ton of chemistry with. However, during the chorus, he reveals that his love interest is already seeing someone, which makes it tricky for them to end up together. While Sombr doesn't entice the woman to cheat, he insists that his love could outmatch the other guy's by a long shot. This song takes advantage of its pianos to build a strong melody throughout the runtime, and utilizes its percussion for a sick groove. The New York-based vocalist takes the time to show off his falsetto on the pre-chorus. As he's done on a few other singles, Sombr muffles his voice to give the sound a classic feel. Some enjoyable details are the bass guitar descending right before the final chorus, and the cosmic keyboard for the outro. I'm excited to see if Sombr is here for the long haul, because Homewrecker proves he can be. Be sure to give all the songs a listen, because, let me tell you, they have some real surprises up their sleeves. I just know that Myles Smith Niall Horan song is going to be blasting on the radio throughout the whole year. The FM absolutely loves him. I can tell you that right now. But I think that's enough talk when it comes to new singles. Let's get back to discussing Ella Mai's Do You Still Love Me? One critique I've heard about Ella Mai's music is that a lot of her songs sound too similar to each other. I even remember Todd in the Shadows saying that Trip, her follow-up to Boot Up, was essentially the same song. That was some skepticism I had while digging into Ella's discography, but I must say that I find her sound to be pretty diverse, especially on Heart on My Sleeve. The 2022 album seemed to be the point where Ella Mai started feeling more content with being a globally known artist, and could experiment with new compositions. So I had a hopeful feeling going into Do You Still Love Me, and for the most part, the listen was very satisfying. One of Ella Mai's specialties is writing lyrics that encourage strong communication between two people in love. This helps the physical intimacy build more smoothly. Much of the runtime is her emphasizing how strongly she feels connected to her partner, and what she'd be willing to do for him, like on little things. Even in situations where their relationship feels like too much work, they can still find a way to speak with each other. This album even has the special subtext of Ella Mai becoming a mother, which becomes apparent when we hear her son giggle on Chasing Circles. It feels quite obvious that Ella Mai is singing about the NBA star Jason Tatum on some of these tracks, considering that one song is titled Luckiest Man, which could allude to him being a Boston Celtic. Somebody's Son also hints at this because Jason's father, Justin, played basketball professionally before retiring in 2005. One mark against this record, however, is Might Just. While I don't find it terribly written, it feels awkward to get a song about Ella's suspicions about her man cheating after a long string of songs where she expresses nothing but affection. Not a massive flaw, but it's a rough road bump to get over before we continue with the much gentler tracks. When it comes to instrumentation, I like the more elegant angle she's trying out. It's pleasing to hear some of the album's tracks end with violin solos, for example. It's also charming to hear Ella work with Kirk Franklin for the closing track, No Angels, trying her hand at gospel. I don't think she's able to pull it off that well, if I'm being candid, but I can understand the vision she was aiming for. The rest of Do You Still Love Me maintains a soft, crooning R&B production, featuring melodic guitars, authentic drums, and grand pianos, courtesy of Mustard. It's not controversial to say that she's mastered the sound at this point. Ella Mai is one of those singers who could effortlessly set the mood for a romantic night, and her music doesn't even require heavy analysis at times. It wouldn't surprise me if plenty of couples played this during Valentine's Day, because while Ella is not built for outside, she is built for finding love. It only makes sense to talk about a black singer's album during Black History Month. I mean, what else was I gonna choose? I am gonna be honest, I still like Heart on My Sleeve much better than Do You Still Love Me, but Do You Still Love Me still has plenty of good quality to offer. I'm sure LMA is gonna score hits from this record just like Jason Tatum scores baskets. I can see it. Now, to close out the video, I'm gonna give you my artist on the rise for the first half of February. This is someone who I think really deserves to have their moment in the mainstream and impress the public, so I wanna give them a special shout out. They've been bubbling in the R&B scene for quite a few years now, but it seems like over the past 12 months, they've been really starting to make a name for themselves, so why don't we check them out? So let's do it. My artist on the rise for the first half of February is Tia Gordon. Tia Gordon is an R&B singer who is based out of Kent, England. While always growing up with music, she's been open about falling in and out of love with the art form before settling on doing it once and for all. She's been officially releasing material ever since 2022. When I listen to her discography, I feel like I'm just laying in the sunlight at the park, enjoying the calming breeze that is inciting a nap. Her style almost reminds me of SZA in a way. This might be due to the gentleness it has to offer. The latest single Tia has dropped is simply titled Love. While the single doesn't have too many lyrics, it still does a great job at building a calm, romantic atmosphere. Tia didn't think it was possible for her to build affection for a new partner, but she just finds herself in this new person's arms. All she relies on for the sound is an echoing acoustic guitar, making it feel intimate and warm. It's this sort of happy R&B that radio could use more of in 2026. Like I said, this has been a video that's just jam-packed with R&B music. So please give Tia Gordon some streams because I think she's a very delightful woman. And with all that said, we have finished up this episode. Thank you guys for joining me on another edition of the Sum Up. I had some fun with this one. I hope you did as well. This recording was done a little bit late because I was doing a national final reaction. You'll see that video pretty soon, but of course, I can't resist doing another Sum Up episode. I'm curious to see what the rest of the month is gonna offer, and of course, I need to know what sort of birthday gift I'm gonna get from my mom. In the meantime, if you guys want to follow me on social media, be sure to check out my Blue Sky, my Twitch, and my TikTok. Links will be in the description. I hope everyone is having a glorious Valentine's Day, snuggling up with your sweetheart and enjoying some delicious chocolates. With that, we are wrapped up. My name is Gabriel Jones in the Sun Baby setting, but I hope you were able to soak up those drops. Take care.